What's up guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Debbie Mbau and I just want to thank you guys for staying tuned, keeping up with me, watching my videos, subscribing to my YouTube channel. We are at I think 80 something subscribers and I'm so thankful for that guys. And today I have just thought about, you know how the world is becoming so cruel. There are so many bad things that are going on, so it's very easy for someone to fall into depression, to be stressed. So I have decided to do a few coping mechanisms for stress, a few ways of coping up with stress. So the first thing that you should do when maybe you feel stressed, the first way of coping with stress is being physically active. You can exercise, you can walk, you can, instead of taking lifts, you can just take the stairs. You can also go for swimming. Just be active, be physically active, because the Bible says that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So when you're idle, it's very easy for you to fall into depression, and it's very easy for you to be stressed out, because a lot of things can cause stress. It's not that it's your fault or anything, but when you're physically active, you will be able to cope up with stress. You won't find that you won't have that time to fall into depression. The other coping mechanism is building and maintaining relationships and friendships. Call that old friend, text that old friend, just check up on them. They will help you even relieve the overwhelming that maybe you had. Call on them. You can also make new friends. Maybe just visit your neighbors, get to know them, interact with new people. You can also make new friends at your workplace. Things like that will help you cope up with stress. Things like that will help you cope with stress. Another thing is identifying the unhealthy coping mechanisms. When you feel what is that bad mechanism that you usually use to cope up with stress, they can be like triggers. Some of us, when we are stressed, we tend to maybe oversleep, overeat, or you can even start maybe taking drugs, or over smoking, or even drinking alcohol. Just avoid those bad coping mechanisms, because they will not help you. They just make you fall deeper and deeper into stress, deeper and deeper into depression. So just avoid those unhealthy coping mechanisms. The other thing that will help you is developing a stress relief toolkit. Developing a stress relief toolkit. This one can be maybe you just, when you feel you're stressed, you can read a book, you can meditate, you can maybe take a bath or a shower, you can go swimming. Just a toolkit that helps you when you feel you're down, or you feel exhausted or overwhelmed. There's that thing that you can maybe do to refresh your mind. You can even go hiking. Such things will help you a lot, will help you cope up with stress, and you won't fall into depression when you do these things. The other thing, and then this is the last but not least way of coping up with stress, is changing your attitude. Just change your attitude towards how you see things, how you vision things. You can start being more positive. You can be a positive thinker instead of always thinking about the negative things that maybe will happen. Just stop overthinking and be realistic. If it's setting your goals, set realistic goals that you can accomplish, so that when you fail to accomplish them, you won't fall into stress. You won't feel like a failure. You can also be grateful. Make maybe a list of the grateful things you are. No, you can make a list of the things that you're grateful for, maybe for your family, for your health, or even for the technology, or maybe for a new job that you have got. Always be positive minded. Be a positive thinker. Stop overthinking things, because when you do that, I assure you, you're going to fall into depression or stress. But when you start seeing things like in a positive way, you won't have that room for falling into depression. When you start being grateful for every little thing, when you stop being stressed by the things that you want, and the things that you want, don't let the things that you want stand in the way of seeing how blessed you are. Don't let the things that you want make you forget the things that you already have. Just be grateful. Be grateful to God. Be grateful for that first step in your business, for a new business that you want to start, maybe for that new idea that you have started inventing something. Anything, any little thing that is happening in your life, just be grateful for that thing. And when you do so, you won't have time to fall into depression. You won't have time to be stressed. And I know when you apply those 5 mechanisms, I assure you that you are going to cope up very well with stress. This world it has become so cruel. Day in, day out, bad things are happening. People are dying. We are losing our relatives. So it's very easy for someone to fall into depression. So just be physically active, build and maintain relationships, identify unhealthy coping mechanisms and try to avoid them, develop a stress relief toolkit, and change your attitude. And when you do so, I know you're going to be grateful. I know you're going to look back and see maybe you have made progress. You have come a very long way. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you for subscribing and sharing my content, and see you on our next video. Bye.